What if the person you are right now isn't the person you were meant to be? What if your true self lies just beneath the surface, waiting for the right moment to emerge? These are questions that stir within us, quietly shaping our thoughts and decisions, sometimes without us even realizing. We all grapple with our conscience, that internal voice that guides us, challenges us, and often pulls us in different directions. It's the compass that points toward our potential, urging us to align with who we truly are. But how often do we listen to it? How often do we trust it to lead us to the person we are meant to become? In a world that's constantly pulling us in various directions, it's easy to lose touch with this inner guide. The world offers endless distractions, external expectations, and societal pressures. In the midst of all this noise, how do we find our way? The answer lies in the very words of Friedrich Nietzsche: "You shall become the person you are." This profound statement invites us to consider the true nature of our identity, the evolution of our character, and the deep potential locked within each of us. But what does it mean to become the person you are? And how do we unlock that potential? Welcome to The Unfolding Journey, a channel dedicated to exploring these questions and delving into the deeper aspects of our personal growth, identity, and the pursuit of true fulfillment. Whether you're here to reflect, to seek understanding, or simply to find a little bit of guidance along the way, we're so glad you've joined us. In this space, we explore philosophy, psychology, spirituality, and the wisdom of thinkers throughout history as we embark together on a journey of self-discovery. As we dive into today's exploration, I invite you to take a moment to reflect on your own life. Who are you truly beneath all the layers that the world has placed upon you? Who could you become if you allowed your conscience to lead the way? But before we begin, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode of our unfolding journey together. Join us as we unravel the complexities of our inner world, uncovering insights that will help guide us toward becoming the person we are meant to be. Our lives are shaped by an endless stream of decisions, each one echoing the question, what is the right thing to do? At times, this question comes from within, a voice we call conscience. Conscience is often described as an inner sense of what is right and wrong, but it's far more complex than that. It's a guiding force, a compass that points us toward alignment with our values, goals, and deepest truths. Conscience has the potential to shape who we become, but how much do we actually listen to it? Nietzsche's words, "You shall become the person you are," suggest that the journey of life is not about becoming someone else or fitting into a prescribed mold. Rather, it is about uncovering who we truly are beneath the expectations, labels, and societal pressures. It's about shedding the layers that obscure our authentic selves and stepping into our potential. But to do this, we must first learn to listen to our conscience, that quiet, persistent voice that urges us towards self-actualization. 1. Understanding the role of conscience. Conscience is often viewed as a moral compass, guiding us toward ethical behavior. But it is so much more than that. It's the seat of our authenticity, the place from which our true self emerges. The conscience speaks not only about what is right or wrong in a moral sense, but also about what is true to our inner essence. It speaks to us in moments of solitude, urging us to consider the direction we are headed in life. When we ignore our conscience, we risk becoming disconnected from our truest self. The great psychologist Carl Jung believed that the conscience is the voice of the soul, offering insights into our deepest desires, fears, and aspirations. According to Jung, the unconscious mind, which houses our true nature, seeks expression through the conscience. When we listen to this inner voice, we align with our authentic selves. However, when we ignore or suppress it, we create a rift between who we are and who we appear to be. This dissonance can lead to a sense of disconnection, anxiety, and confusion. In this sense, the conscience isn't just a guide to ethical decisions, it is also a guide to self-realization. It invites us to become the person we truly are, not the person we are expected to be. 2. The path to becoming your true self. The question that Nietzsche poses, what does your conscience say? Invites us to embark on a journey of self-exploration and self-creation. Becoming the person you are isn't about conforming to societal norms or expectations. It's about embracing your unique potential and stepping into the fullness of who you were meant to be. But this journey isn't always straightforward. It requires introspection, courage, and a willingness to break free from the constraints of the external world. As we navigate through life, we often encounter obstacles that make it difficult to listen to our conscience. These obstacles can take many forms: fear, doubt, societal pressure, and even our own limiting beliefs. The fear of failure, rejection, or not living up to expectations can drown out the voice of our conscience, pushing us toward paths that are not aligned with our true self. However, the more we ignore this inner voice, the more disconnected we become from our true essence. Over time, we begin to feel lost, as if we are living someone else's life. This feeling of disconnection is a symptom of ignoring our conscience. It is a sign that we are not aligned with who we truly are. To become the person we are meant to be, we must learn to listen, truly listen, to our conscience. This requires developing self-awareness and emotional intelligence so we can hear the quiet voice within. It requires the courage to trust ourselves and take risks that might lead us off the beaten path. It means being willing to challenge the status quo, to embrace uncertainty, and to walk a path that may not always be easy, but is deeply fulfilling. 3. The struggle for authenticity. In our modern world, authenticity can be difficult to come by. Social media, advertising, and societal norms constantly bombard us with messages about who we should be, how we should look, and what we should want. This external pressure creates a tension between our true selves and the personas we are encouraged to adopt. We begin to question whether we are truly living for ourselves or merely conforming to the expectations of others. This struggle for authenticity is at the core of the human experience. In his book Man's Search for Meaning, Viktor Frankl discusses the importance of finding meaning in our lives, even in the face of suffering. Frankl argues that true fulfillment comes not from external achievements or material success, but from living in alignment with our deepest values and purpose. He writes, "The meaning of life is to be discovered in the world rather than within man or his own psyche, as though it were a closed system." In other words, our conscience is not something that exists in isolation. It is a reflection of our relationship with the world, with others, and with ourselves. To become the person we are meant to be, we must embrace this relationship that is both internal and external. We must look inward to discover our true values, desires, and passions, while also engaging with the world around us in a way that is authentic and meaningful. This requires letting go of the need for approval and instead finding validation within ourselves. 4. The transformation of becoming. When we listen to our conscience and align with our true selves, a transformation occurs. We begin to experience a sense of inner peace as we no longer feel torn between external expectations and internal desires. We stop chasing after external validation and begin to live according to our own principles. This transformation is not always easy or immediate, but it is deeply rewarding. As we become more authentic, we also begin to attract the people, opportunities, and experiences that resonate with our true selves. We no longer feel the need to compromise or settle for less than what we deserve. Instead, we embrace our uniqueness and allow it to guide us toward a life of purpose and fulfillment. So, what does your conscience say? You shall become the person you are. These words remind us that the path to self-discovery is not about becoming something we are not. It's about embracing who we already are, beneath the layers of societal expectations, fear, and doubt. It's about listening to that quiet, persistent voice within, the voice of our conscience, and allowing it to guide us toward the life we were meant to live. If you've found this exploration meaningful, I invite you to continue the journey with us here at The Unfolding Journey. There's so much more to discover about ourselves, our potential, and the path to becoming the person we truly are. If you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you can stay updated on our latest videos. And don't forget to like and share this video with anyone who might need a little reminder of their own inner guidance. Let's continue unfolding one step at a time.